Hey guys, welcome to the Fight Tonight channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. I really want to get 3000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It's so close, thanks for supporting me guys. The Gervonta Davis vs Ryan Garcia fight is closer than ever, and the contract might be signed soon. This fight has been brewing for months, and it appears to be on the brink of being confirmed. Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia appear to be one step closer to finalizing a deal to fight each other this year, after all the back and forth trash talk between the pair in the past few months. The contract negotiations between the two boxers' camps appeared to have reached an impasse, especially after a rematch clause was being the deal breaker for the promoters involved. Now it seems that both camps are finally agreeing on the financial aspect of the fight, the 136 pounds catch weight, as well as the date and venue for the bout. Gervonta Davis vs Ryan Garcia back on track and looks set to be signed in coming days, as rematch clause despite is resolved, and fight is planned for April 15 in Las Vegas. Gervonta Davis vs Ryan Garcia now appears to be back on track after overcoming major obstacles in the contract stage of negotiations. The fight was announced as a done deal by the fighters late last year, as all major terms had been agreed, though contracts were still not yet finalized. The pair see eye to eye on all the financial aspects of their potential showdown, as well as the 136 pounds catch weight, April 15 date and Las Vegas location. They've even agreed to a rematch clause in Davis' favor, meaning he can enforce a second fight if Garcia were to emerge victorious in the first. However, as talk to finalize the both contracts intensified this week, a new issue emerged. There has been a dispute over who would stage that potential rematch if it were to happen. Davis is represented by Al Haymon's BBC, and his broadcaster is Showtime. Garcia is promoted by Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy, and his broadcaster is DAZN. For the proposed April 15 fight, Garcia's side agreed to allow him to boxing on a show staged by Al Haymon's BBC and broadcast by Showtime pay-per-view, with the pay-per-view also to be distributed through DAZN. If Garcia were to win and the rematch were to happen, his side believed this should be reversed for a second fight to be staged by them. Davis' camp disagreed, however it's now claimed that there is been a breakthrough. Sports Illustrated journalist Chris Mannix has reported that BBC have sent over a new contract which would allow Golden Boy to be the lead promoter in the potential rematch. I remain focused and determined on finalizing Tank vs King Rai. Contrary to leaked reports about the rematch clause, there is still a couple points with strings attached that need to be ironed out. Oscar De La Hoya. The feeling is now that following the resolution of a few other minor issues, contracts will be signed in the coming days. On Friday night, De La Hoya tweeted, "I remain focused and determined on finalizing Tank vs King Rai. Contrary to leaked reports about the rematch clause, there is still a couple points with strings attached that need to be ironed out." Celebrity in the boxing world and outside of it, Mike Tyson believed that his compatriot, lightweight Gervonta Davis, is likely to finish his career with legendary status. He made this assumption in an interview with TMZ. "Tank is a great fighter. He will also become a legend if he continues to perform," Iron Mike said. Maybe he's already the best even now. The 28-year-old Davis fought against Dominican Hector Luis Garcia early in January, and after a competitive fight, scored him in the 8th round. American knockouts Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia really want to fight. The fight is tentatively scheduled for April 15 in Las Vegas and should take place in the contractional weight. The other day, the parties stalled on the point of revenge. The fight was on the verge of collapse. Davis was required to have an immediate rematch if Garcia won. Ryan agreed, but with one condition. In this case, the second fight will be held on DAZN streaming as part of the Golden Boy Promotions show. The Gervonta very categorical against it. We wanted both fights to take place as part of Premier Boxing Champions on Showtime pay-per-view. Garcia's team delivered an ultimatum, and the favorite side finally made concessions. Insider Chris Mannix reported that GBP has received a new contract from the RVS, which stated that Golden Boy Promotions will become the main promoter of the rematch if Garcia wins the first fight. According to The Observer, it remains for the parties to resolve small details, but it is expected that the contract for the fight can be signed today. Meanwhile, ex-coach Josh was surprised with a bold forecast for this fight. The former WBA regular welterweight champion, American Mario Barrios, shared his opinion on the fight between his compatriots Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. "I am inclined to believe that the Tank will win. I don't think the fight will last 12 rounds. I've been in the ring with Davis for 11 rounds, and I know what he is capable of. You know, Gervonta is a very smart fighter, and you need to take into account that he is explosive. His boxing IQ will play a big role in this confrontation. I knew that our fight with Davis would be competitive, because he is a very good boxer. He understands his capabilities well and avoids strong blows from his opponent. At the same time, the Tank does not blindly deliver its knockout blow. It prepares it. Garcia knows how and when to hurt his opponent, and his timing is impeccable. This is all something that is not talked about much," Barrios said. Davis is close to finalizing a deal to face Ryan Garcia, which is going to become a major event. The bout is slated to land in the month of April. Gervonta Davis changed his boxing career forever. Rolly Romero's leaking sparring footage leads fans to conclude he gonna be nothing but a tune-up now. The sparring footage of Rolando Romero, who last fought Gervonta Davis and suffered around 6 TKO loss in the ring, was recently leaked. In the clip, Romero sparred with John Ingram from TMT and was knocked out, as fans are saying, in the same method early applied by Tank Davis. While Romero's performance led some to speculate how Davis changed the former's career forever in their last fight, some bluntly commented on his potential future in the ring. Romero, who currently aspires box-rec, remains suspended by New York State Athletic Commission indefinitely, has yet again surprised the fans of boxing. Following the circulation of the clip, a number of fans took to Twitter and reacted to it. While the majority speculated Romero's change of fortune after the match against Davis, and others condemned TMT. The incident has also led several fans to question TMT's ethics. Well, here is what fans are saying. Look at Rolly falling on the ground with his foundations erased. A user is of the opinion that Gervonta Davis changed his boxing career forever. In the same way, another user spoke about how Rolando Romero has not been the same since the Tank fight. In addition, they harshly spoke about how Romero would now be nothing but a tune-up in boxing. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.